Hello guys, welcome to Nigeria Movie Kingdom. Have you seen this movie, The Herds? Today we are going to analyze this movie critically. The Herds is directed by Daniel Etim-Effiong and is showing on Netflix. This movie talks about insecurity. The Herd begins with a joyful wedding. Derin and Fola are celebrating their union, accompanied by Gosi. Gosi is played by Daniel Etim-Effiong, who is deeply connected to them. Their happiness shattered when on the road, what appears to be a lovely end of the wedding turned into a simple traffic jam that was caused by cattle herders, then turned into a terrifying ambush leading to terrorist attack. The herdsmen revealed themselves as armed kidnappers, which is synonymous with what is happening in our country today. Gosi tries to escape, but it was difficult, and he was captured. Fola tragically tried to escape too and died. He was shot. The wife in disarray, crying. There was also a corps member in a vehicle, also kidnapped. Yakubu is a leader of the gang. Derin is ordered by a ruthless gang leader, Yakubu, to mutilate her husband's body, cut it into pieces, but she couldn't do that. A sickening demand which she was scared to do, but they coerced Gosi to pieces Derin's husband Fola's body into pieces so that they can sell it to organ traffickers. This was horrifying. Meanwhile, back home, families scrambled and struggled to meet the 50 million naira ransom target that was set as bounties or as ransoms for these kidnapped victims. Gosi's wife was also battling with illness. She had breast cancer and societal judgment too. She was also under family pressure because initially the husband, Gosi's father and mother, did not accept her. So it was a difficult crisis for Gosi to navigate, caught in the middle of a kidnapped crime, and also wife is having cancer at home. Gosi rose to become a very big hero in this story. So let's go deep into the analysis. Now, for the theme and social commentary, first, I want us to look at insecurity. Insecurity and kidnapping is one of the major themes in this story. The film spotlights the fear of many Nigerians as they live in constant insecurity, kidnapping and abduction, violence and randomness of danger. This movie also exploits ethnicity and bias as well as crime. So in this aspect, we will also look at the kidnappers. Although they were framed in different aspects initially as herders, so they pretend to be herders, but then they are kidnappers. So the film expands into a multi-ethnic criminal network. It could be Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or any other tribe, pushing back against simplistic ethnic narratives. So it doesn't end in a particular tribe. We saw the kidnap network involve the Hausa Fulanis and even Igbos and Yorubas in the kidnap network. This film also speaks on morality, greed, and power. This is the other thing I love about this movie. Now, the gang's internal dynamic shows that banditry is more than just an ideology. It shows that banditry goes into a web of well-coordinated network with some people funding the flow of change and activities. Because when you look at the sophisticated weapons they have trackers, they have plans, they have people. It is a chain involving a lot of persons that are being placed on payment. Next thing I love about this movie is institutional corruption. This movie also exposes the institutional corruption that exists in the society, either the religious institution where we see a wealthy pastor who had the next door compound opposite him as a courtroom for organs. Organs were harvested and kept there, and yet he's a pastor. So this movie also exposes institutional corruption, especially in the religious setting. And it also complicit community members as accomplices in crime, suggesting that the evils hide in trusted structures. So our institutions can also be a yardstick, a coverage to peddle insecurities. Think about that. Trauma and family. Now, this is another theme that I love to make social commentary about. The hostage ordeal is not just about physical danger, but the psychological torment they went through and the family went through. It also shows a true nature of family value. Now, there is also financial and emotional burden on families when their loved ones are being kidnapped. This is also very important part of this movie that explore or seeks to reveal what the society goes through when their families and loved ones are being kidnapped. It's a huge financial, psychological, mental burden for anyone to be kidnapped. Now let's go to the acting and performance. For Daniel Etim is my favorite. Daniel Etim-Effiong, who played the role of Gosi, did fantastically well in this movie. Haunting and morally conflicted his character was, but his performance carried much of the movie's emotional weight. In fact, 80% of the movie's emotional weight was carried by Gosi. He showed a true character of a strong man, a good family and friend ally. Genoveva Ume, Derin, she played the role of Derin, delivers a heartbreaking performance, whiffed with grief, disbelief, and forced complicity weigh on her character. The next person is Ibrahim Abubakar. We love this character. This Ibrahim Abubakar played the role of Yakubu. Yakubu was the gang leader that sought to revenge the death of Sheikh, which was his master. And his intensity and rage are disturbing but believable. He looked like a real bandit, sorry to say. He played that role so well. Now, the supporting cast were also fantastic in this movie. They deserve the praise for their authenticity and the energy they put in to deliver their role. For technical directors, I love the sound of this movie. The sound design is effective. The gunshots, the ambient forest noise, the tension, well weaved. You want to love the little sounds that were weaved into this movie. I also love the production design. I want to give credit to that. The hideout, the rural setting design, the cattle, the bush, the forest, the compound, beautiful. Editing and pacing, good kudos to the editors. Language use, I love the use of language, the mix of Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, English. Very good flow in this movie. Now, here comes my criticism. Criticism and further commentaries and controversies. In this movie, there were a lot of ethnic stereotypes, if you ask me. Ethnic stereotypes in a way that showed that the Hausas were basically the people pioneering terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping. Everybody is capable, do you understand, of being into banditry and terrorism. So there's a stereotype there. Critics, including public figures, have come out to criticize the fact that this movie portrays a certain tribe or a certain tribe or language as people, propagating terrorism. It also shows violent extremists and a certain level of reality with what is going on today. Some people may argue that this movie shows violence too much in the graphics and some sensitive pictures and videos were shown, especially body parts. But then, this is the extent Daniel Etim, the producer, went to make this movie very realistic for all of us. Are we going to see that as a plus or a minus? Is left for you. Character resolution. This movie character resolution is top notch. I love how the characters sink in according to the cable. Now there is some people that say that the final act feel a little bit unresolved, like as if it was rushed. And some persons have also said that not all the hostages, fates were clearly defined. Some emphasis were placed on some elite or high-ranking hostages. So, like some other hostages, their fate were not clearly defined. That leaves so much ambiguity in the storytelling. I want to ask Daniel Etim-Effiong, sir, do you have a sequel, a continuity to this story? Because the ending felt a bit rushed, but for the cinematography, you delivered so well. And then the costumes, the movie setting, the layout, beautiful story, beautiful theme. In a time like this where the country is rampaged and disturbed with insecurities, kidnapping, terrorism, abduction, and tribute to the 25 Kebbi school girls that were abducted, and also other things happening, we want this kind of stories to be able to create awareness, awakening, and also put heat on the society so that we can get answers to these questions about insecurities. Thank you so much. Leave a comment and tell us your view on this movie. For me, if I'm rating this movie, this is a solid 8/10. Thank you, Daniel Etim. This is Giovanni again for Niger Movie Kingdom. These are my critical analysis and review for this movie. The title of this movie is The Head, still streaming on Netflix. Go stream it, enjoy yourself, and watch out for more critical reviews from us. Bye-bye.